Hello and welcome to Round Glass. I'm Leah Cullis and I'm your guide for our yoga session today. Today our class is about being the light. So what does that mean? Well, lightness is a quality, it's a type of energy, right? And you can feel when you are light or you can feel when your energy is a little heavy. Oftentimes it's like the embodiment of yes. Yes has an open quality, an expansive quality to it. And the energy of no is more shoulders rounded forward and can be heavier to engage in new and exciting opportunities. This is also the energy that we feel when we are ready to leap into something new or take on a new adventure. So our energy starts before we get into action. And today we're going to look at our approach to our yoga practice, how we're aligning ourselves before we get into action. The energy of lightness is expansive. So this is the energy of happiness, joy, connection, creativity, and possibility. The energies that are more heavy oftentimes come from fear, scarcity, lack, uncertainty, judgment. So notice where your energy comes from as you're approaching the poses. And can you make the inner alignment to make your asana, your practice, your expression one of light, one of radiance? So let's begin. Come into a comfortable seat, and we'll begin in a short and simple meditation, always in practice, to let the clutter start to fade away and we come into our inner intelligence, our intuition. So bring your hands to your thighs. Close your eyes once you're in a comfortable seat, and tune your focus into your breath. Your breath is what carries energy and shares it through your whole body. Your breath is an automatic function that's happening all day long. As you put your attention on your breath, notice what parts of you are being touched and lit up by your breath. Are you breathing more into your front body or your back body? Notice, are you breathing more from your belly or your chest? No need to fix anything or adjust right now. Just notice, how do you begin and what you create in your practice? Can you broaden the impact of your breath and expand your inner light to flood your whole body? Let's meet with our hands united in prayer at heart center. Take a moment to set your unique intention for your yoga practice today. What would lightness feel like? What would lightness feel like physically and mentally? Presence your unique results now. And let that guide your way, be your light through every pose and every breath in our practice together. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Bow your head to your heart. Release your hands to your thighs. Open your eyes and lift your gaze. Okay, yogis, we'll start off laying down on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. So feet together, knees out wide. Go ahead and slide any props that you have off to the outer edges of your mat. We'll use them again soon. With your feet together and your knees wide, you can either widen your feet more towards the top of your mat or pull them closer to you. So you always have ways of adjusting your pose so that your pose isn't feeling like you're over efforting or straining everywhere. When we strain or struggle, that's a heavy energy that we're creating within our bodies. So take a shape right now that helps you to feel supported and open, that invites aliveness into you. Then either set your gaze at one point or close your eyes and begin to expand your breath. In this practice, we'll use Ujjayi Pranayama. It's a heat-building breath. So with each inhale, expand from your center out in all directions. As you breathe out, press your air out and start to contract your core. Pull your belly towards the earth. As you breathe in, light yourself up from your center out. With your exhale, hug from the periphery into your core. We'll use this breath for the whole practice. So engage your whisper muscles at the back of your throat so that you have both an audio and a sensational anchor. Then catch underneath your thighs. Gently squeeze your knees together. Blink your eyes open if you close them and pull your knees in towards your chest. Gently rock side to side. Give your low back a little massage. Okay, now extend both legs up to the sky. Flex your leg muscles, so squeeze from skin to muscle to bone, and then flare your toes open. If this is too much, you can always bend your knees or even do one leg at a time. Our vital organs are within our center, so imagine yourself taking all of the prana that fuels your life force, and it's like the fuel for the candles of your legs. Your toes flare out wide. Now, option to add on, unite your hands overhead as well. Make an arrow with your palms. We're going to pulse up our shoulders, hearts, and hands to reach for the flame of our toes. As you exhale, pull your belly down and curl up. Inhale here. Exhale, draw your belly down, lift up towards the light. Inhale, surrender down. Exhale, engage your low belly, pulse up. Inhale, lower down. 3 more. Exhale. Inhale. That's it. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Bring your knees down. Wrap your arms around your shins. Notice what you feel and where you feel it. Then plant your left knee down. Extend your right leg up. Catch underneath your right hamstring. Circle your ankle around, right ankle around, then other direction. Okay, keep your right leg extended long. If this is too much, you just pull your knee in towards your armpit. Option to extend your left leg long as well. A little more core activation here. To add on intensity, you can float your left heel up off the mat as well. Flex all 10 toes. Arrow with your right hand. Slide your right hand outside of your right knee, and we'll pulse up for 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, hug into a small ball. Notice how you feel in your vital organs, your core. Our core is the center for lightness in all ways. Lightness meaning how we move. Do we move with more grace or heaviness? Depending on our connection to core, it'll impact how we move through life. All right, other side. Stomp your right foot down, pull your left knee in towards your armpit, and then kick up. Catch underneath your hamstring, roll your ankle in one direction. As we engage muscularly, we start to light up the pathways for prana to flow through our body. Prana's life force energy and movement empowers our prana to flow. Okay, now flex your foot, slide your right heel forward. Know that you can stop anywhere along the way when you find the shape that is of greatest service to you, where you can be in the fullness of your breath. Make an arrow with your hands, float your right foot up slightly, pulse 5 times for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Hug into a small ball. And then let's rock and roll forward and back. On your third rock up, come up to Navasana, balancing boat pose. In boat pose, you can always keep your toes down on the ground. Roll your shoulders up and back so your heart is broad. Your light is shining forward from your heart. Option to elevate your heels at knee level. Or some of y'all can even kick your heels high. Everyone, cross your ankles, roll over your feet. Let's step back into a tabletop pose. So all fours on the ground. Palms flat, index fingers facing forward at 12 o'clock. Then knees stacked right under the hips. Cat-cow to open up the whole spine. Inhale, open, look up. Exhale, press the earth away. Zip up your low belly, so hug into your core. Inhale, open, lift your gaze, shine your heart forward. Exhale, gather the earth's energy into your center. One more, inhale, expand. Exhale, hug in. Come to a neutral spine, tabletop, pause here. Gently pull your wrist towards your knees as you press your knees towards your wrists. This will create an isometric, lighting up your core strength. Then extend your right heel back. Keep your toes tucked under for a moment and just notice what you feel and where you feel it. Then pop your right heel forward, so spin your right hip point forward as well. Feel both hip points aligned. Gather your strength into your low belly. From this attention into your low belly, now float your right foot up. That's it. That's it. Flex your toes. Take another inhale here. On your exhale, cat variation. Pull your knee into your nose. Inhale, kick back, expand. Exhale, knee to your tricep. Squeeze your obliques here. You're lighting up your core. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, knee to your nose. Last one. Inhale, kick long. Exhale, come down to tabletop pose. Wag your tail side to side. And tune into your body. Notice what's feeling activated now of light. We'll switch sides. Pull your palms and your knees towards one another. Feel the zipping up of your low belly. Move from your space of your center, integrated and holistic. Extend your left heel back. If you're really pressing back and your hips have come out of alignment, bring an inner alignment to your center. All right, now float your left heel up. You can always stay with your toes on the ground or full extension back. Option to ride the breath. On your exhale, hug your knee to your nose. Inhale, kick out. Exhale, tap your triceps. Squeeze your obliques. Keep your feet activated. Inhale, soar. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, expand. Exhale, come down to all fours. Untuck your toes. Sit back on your heels or come into easy pose, Sukhasana. One hand to your heart, one hand to your low belly. Deep, full breaths here, yogis. Tune into your body and what feels expansive within you now. What feels activated, like energy is opening for you to use as you move forward in your practice and your life. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Blink your eyes open. Downward facing dog. Ground your hands to the top of your mat. Tuck your toes under. Lift your hips high. Downward facing dog. And if you're newer to your vinyasa practice, you can always replace downward facing dog with tabletop pose. Know that there's always a way to adapt your poses to meet your own unique needs. All right, next inhale, look forward, bend your knees a lot. We'll take baby steps up to the top of the mat. Be light as you walk forward, slow and steady. Feel your core connection as you move. Be light with every step. I think it was Thich Nhat Hanh who said, as you walk, kiss the earth with every step. At the top of your mat, separate your feet to hip distance. Palms to shins, halfway lift, shine your heart forward. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rise to stand, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Take a moment to set your gaze at your fingertips or close your eyes. And remember your intention that you set at the start of our practice. What does lightness feel like? What does embodying your light mean to you? And how can you bring this purpose forward in your yoga practice today? Not just do the light or align with the light. May we use this time to be the light. Blink your eyes open, yogis. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Let's flow. Release your arms by your sides with your palms facing forward. As you turn your palms forward, you externally rotate your upper arm bones and broaden the space across your heart. Let your light shine out from your heart always. Inhale, circle your arms wide. Take up your space and reach up. Exhale, unite your palms in prayer, trace your center line, and forward fold. Let your head drop. Palms to shins, halfway lift. Gaze down to your mat as you plug your upper arm bones back. Keep your heart shining. Plant your hands, step your feet back. Pause here in high plank pose. Look forward, press to your toes. Option to drop your knees. Lower halfway or all the way. Our first vinyasa. Inhale, curl your heart up. You can float your palms to activate your back strength. Exhale, surrender to the earth. Tuck your toes. Downward facing back. You can always move through a modified child's pose as you complete your vinyasa to downward facing dog. In these repetitive movements, how can you lighten your load? Whether it's how you are thinking about your practice or how you're moving through your practice. Bring the energy of lightness, and that'll reflect out through your movements. Deep breath in, open mouth, exhale. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Again, baby steps. We'll take a few rounds of breath to lightly move. Keep your hips high and your core connected. That's it. Palms to shins, halfway lift. Light up your whole spine. Exhale, forward fold, we bow. Press down through your feet, rise. Reach all the way up and around. Exhale, come home to your heart center. Reset. Take a full round of breath here. At the base of your exhale, hands down. Inhale, circle your arms up and around. Exhale, pour forward and bow. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands, move through your vinyasa. So high to low push up. Take your back bend, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Look forward, bend your knees. This time, step, walk, or float up to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. With your big toes touching, sit deep into your chair, Katasana. All right, now bring your thumbs to your hip creases, hook into your hip creases and work your thigh bones down. Feel the heaviness through your legs, the sturdiness. Part of creating light and being light is also honoring the support around you and within you. You've got to root down to rise fully. Keep your right thumb on your right hip crease. Inhale, sweep your left arm up and over, side lean to the right. Continue to expand through your left side body. On your exhale, hook your left arm over your right thigh. Unite your hands in prayer, prayer twist. Deepen your breath within the twist. With each inhale, we get longer. Each exhale, pump your belly back. Think cat through your belly. And release, forward fold. This time, separate your feet to hip distance. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, pull yourself down. Work your elbows out to opposite sides. Drop the crown of your head towards the earth. Big full breaths here, yogis. Now notice, are you hanging back in your heels? Can you distribute the weight through all four corners of your feet? Get a little lighter through your heels. Play with your sense of balance. Notice when you are hanging back in your comfort zone or to feel safe, or when you're compassionately challenging your limits and stepping into areas for growth. Release your big toes. Slide your feet back together. You can toe heel them together. Palms to shins, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose, second side. All right, thumbs to your hip creases. Press yourself down. Get heavy through your lower body. Then lift your heart up higher. Keep the extension, side lean with your right arm. Exhale, hook and twist, prayer twist. If this is too much to cross your center line, you can always bring your right hand down. Left hand to your sacrum or up to the sky. You choose, yogis. Deep, full breaths wherever you are. And release, forward fold. Again, separate your feet to hip distance. This time, walk your palms underneath your feet. So you're actually standing on your hands. This is gorilla pose. Give your wrist creases a little toe massage. Then halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold again. Big full breaths. And shake out your jaw. Notice if you're carrying any heaviness or weight through your jaw. One time I saw a shaman in Mexico, and he was doing a healing on me, and he worked on my jaw for 90 minutes. I didn't know before that I carried so much tension or weight from life in my jaw. All right, release your hands. And now toe heel your feet back together. Last one, chair pose with Katasana. Bring your hands to heart center. Sit even lower. Inhale, lift your heart higher. Sit even lower. Heart higher. Now lift your heels, sit all the way down to your heels. Nice work. Try this out. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Can you gracefully set your knees down to the earth? Untuck your toes and sit back. Okay, we're going to set up for a pose tutorial together, coming into crow pose. Crow pose. Now, crow pose is an arm balance. It's an introductory arm balance, and it's not necessary. It is more of an exercise for us to notice how our mind responds when we bring in a challenge to the body, okay? And I'll demo it for you, and then I'll show you a couple of ways to get into crow pose. So crow pose, we'll come back to the position we were just in, then place the hands down to the ground, a little wider than shoulder distance. Lift the bum high again, bend the elbows, make a shelf for the backs of your knees, snuggle your knees high up on the backs of your arm bones. Gazes forward, like you can make a triangle, an equilateral triangle with your forehead and your hands. And then from your core strength, slowly start to float your feet up. Okay. Now, when I've been teaching for over 15 years, most of the time people get nervous about falling on their face. Know that the fall is short if that happens, and it might, but taking a leap is part of life. So when we can be in our yoga practice and slowly start to take the leaps, let ourselves be light when we're bringing in a new challenge, we get that embodied understanding and we can start to tap into the strength we've created on the yoga mat and our sense of fearlessness, lightness, and bring it into life. But let's do it with curiosity, with calm, and also with deep trust within ourselves and supportive blocks. Okay, a couple ways you can get into crow pose is give yourself a little perch or give yourself a headrest. So I'll show you two ways and then you'll have some space to try it. Same leg placement, hands out to the side. I'm going to use my block as my perch, or my headrest rather. So make an equilateral triangle, set your forehead down, then lift your feet up. This way you've got the support underneath your head. Second option is we just start playing with weight in our hands. Step your feet onto the block, walk your knees high up on the backs of your arm bones, and start to lift your tail high, shifting some weight in your hands. Eventually, you might feel like you can lift one foot or then the other. Okay, yogis, create your crow pose. You'll have a few breaths. Just explore. Know that in all yoga poses, the end goal isn't the aim. It's how we are bringing ourselves into the whole practice, how we are approaching the unique challenges, and who we're being within it all. So in this practice, as you try on maybe an arm balance for your first time, can you let the main challenge to be light? Let yourself be light through all of it. Okay, I'll walk you through. Palms to the ground. Lift your tail high. Make a shelf for your knees. Crawl your knees high up on the backs of your arm bones. Shift forward. Make an equilateral triangle with your hands in your forehead. Then start to play. Lightness with your feet. Maybe you lift one foot, then the other. If you can, start to straighten your arms. Come into crane pose. Wherever you are, step or shoot back. Downward facing dog. Drop your knees to the earth. Let's reset in child's pose. Knees wide. Lay your arms down. Rest your forehead to the earth. And allow all of that action of body and mind to integrate into you. When you're ready, slowly crawl your hands back towards your torso. Rise up. Let's take one final shape together. Come to the center of your mat. Have your props ready to go. And we'll take Upavishta Konasana, or a wide straddle fold. So extend your right leg out long, then extend your left leg out long, like you have wings coming straight up from your center, flying high. All right, I like to use a block here right in front of me, but know that if you're seated upright and this is too much, you can always sit on one of your blocks. Lift the earth up to you to support you. Let yourself be light. When you're in the wide straddle, bring your hands to the tops of your thighs. Press down into the tops of your thigh bones to create an anchor for yourself. The more anchored and grounded you are, the more lightness you get access to. Yoga teaches us that we have to create the balance in order to be in the fullness of life. Strength and ease, anchors and expansion. All right, crawl your fingertips forward. Inhale, scoop your heart up and forward. Shine your light from your heart. On your exhale, maintain the length as long as you can, then bow forward. Let your head drop. Keep the flex of your feet for this shape. We'll be here for about 10 more breaths. Wherever you feel sensation showing up within your pose, can you respond with the gentle lightness of your breath? Just like a brushing over those areas within you. Carrying prana, expansive life force energy to you. And let the gentle winds within you Create pathways for freedom. Lightening your energy through your attention, through your consistent effort, and through your trust in your body, mind, spirit connection, through your trust in your yoga practice. Slowly bring your hands back to the earth. Gently rock up one vertebra at a time. Scoop underneath your knees, bring your knees together. Nice work, yogis. Turn to face the long way on your mat. One quick counter pose. Reverse tabletop if you want it. Hands behind you, feet in front of you. Inhale, lift up. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Lift your center high. Exhale, come back down. Lay down on your mat. Extend your feet wide, arms by your sides. And let go of all of the effort. You've done the work. Now's the time to receive the gifts from your yoga practice. So close your eyes and take rest. Shavasana. If you have more space to stay and rest, please do so. If you're ready to move on, begin to deepen your breath. Gently rock your head side to side. Sweep your arms long and point your toes. With your next exhale, gather yourself into a small ball. Gently roll onto one side. And when you feel ready, press yourself up to a seat. And let's meet with our hands united at heart center. From the roots of your seat, lift your heart high. And then flare your fingers out from your heart. Acknowledge the uplifted energy you've created within you. And this hand seal mirrors the energy that now flows from you. The lightness that you've created shines out wherever you go. Let's seal our practice with one final lung. Big breath in. Lift your prayer hands up to your third eye. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your yoga practice today. I'm Leah Cullis, and I hope to see you again soon. Please join us for more yoga and meditation on round.glass or on our app. Be well, yogis.